Gild by Raven Kennedy.
In the desolate, perpetually snow-covered 6th Kingdom of Auren, Auren lives a life of paradoxical luxury and imprisonment. She is the prized possession of the handsome and charming King Midas, famed not for her beauty or hourglass figure, but for the fact that her skin, hair, and eyes are made of pure, shimmering gold. Kept in a series of opulent, interconnected cages on the top floor of the golden High Bell Castle, she is Midas's favored, a living trophy of his renowned power to turn objects to gold. Her days are a lonely cycle of wine, books, and playing the harp. Her only view of the outside world a glass-domed atrium that is almost always obscured by snow. The story begins with Auren watching Midas indulge in a debauched evening with his 6 royal saddles, a rotating harem of concubines. From her cage, she observes the scene with a mixture of resignation and a deep, buried jealousy. Later, Midas visits her, his words a blend of possessive affection and controlling admonishment. He tells her she is too precious to be used like the other saddles, that her purpose is to be his beautiful, caged pet, an object of envy for all to see. Though Auren yearns for more of his time and genuine touch, she accepts her role, always reminding herself of the grim life of trafficking and abuse Midas rescued her from a decade prior. The fragile peace of Auren's routine is shattered by the visit of King Fulk of the neighboring 5th Kingdom. Fulk is a crass, lecherous older man who has a barely concealed obsession with Auren. During a tense breakfast to which Auren is summoned to play her harp from within a cage in the dining room, Fulk boldly asks Midas to name his price for one night with her. To Auren's horror, Midas, who has always been fiercely protective, actually considers the offer. In a stunning display of political maneuvering, Midas agrees to trade one night with Auren in exchange for the use of Fulk's entire army for a surprise attack on the formidable kingdom ruled by the brutal King Ravenger, also known as King Rot. Auren's desperate pleas are coldly dismissed by Midas, who commands her to sit quietly and play her music, reminding her of her place as his property. The deal is struck, leaving Auren devastated and betrayed. Over the next week, Auren is forced to be present during the king's war councils in the library. While pretending to be a docile centerpiece, she listens intently, piecing together Midas's true motives. She learns he desires the Blackroot mines in 4th Kingdom and realizes he used her as a calculated lure to secure Fulk's army. During one such meeting, Auren sees a saddle named Rissa being forced to dance for hours. In a moment of impulsive compassion, Auren throws a heavy, gold-plated book at her, hoping to create a distraction. The book hits Rissa in the face, causing a bloody scene that gets her sent away. But Midas punishes Auren by forcing her to take Rissa's place and dance for the men. Her humiliation is compounded when Fulk taunts her with vulgar promises of what he will do on their night together, all while Midas watches without intervening. The situation escalates with the unexpected arrival of Midas's wife, the beautiful and severe Queen Malina. Powerless herself, Malina despises Midas for usurping her birthright and hates Auren as a symbol of his power and infidelity. Malina forces Midas to dismiss the other saddles and then confronts him privately in the atrium. Auren, hiding nearby, overhears their venomous argument where Midas cruelly taunts Malina for her barrenness and powerlessness. Later that night, the queen corners Auren in her room. With her brutish personal guard holding Auren down, Malina physically assaults her, delivering a brutal punch to her gut and threatening her, cementing her status as another dangerous adversary within the castle walls. The night Auren is to be given to Fulk arrives. She is led from her cage to a lavish party in the ballroom. Midas publicly gifts her to Fulk, who subjects her to degrading acts on the dais, forcing her to feed him and sit on his lap while his hands roam. As Fulk prepares to lead her away to his chambers, Auren's resolve finally breaks. In front of the entire court, she refuses to go, declaring she is not a coin to be spent. Enraged, Fulk strikes her. Just as she is about to be dragged away by force, a disheveled messenger from Fulk's army bursts in. In a small private letter room, the messenger reveals a stunning truth. Midas's army never showed up to the border of Fourth Kingdom. Folk's men were sent into a trap and slaughtered by King Rot's forces. Midas coldly admits his betrayal, revealing his plan was always to weaken Folk's kingdom to take it over. A bloody battle erupts in the room. In the chaos, Folk grabs Auren, holding a blade to her throat and threatening to kill her. Before he can, Digby, Auren's stoic and loyal guard, runs him through with a sword from behind. Auren collapses in shock as Folk dies at her feet.
Later, Midas comes to Auren's room and manipulates her with a carefully crafted explanation. He claims Fook was a secret flush trader and that this entire elaborate scheme was a righteous act to stop him, and that he never would have truly let Fook touch her. Confused but desperate to believe in the man who once saved her, Auren forgives him, and they share a night of passion that leaves her feeling more conflicted than ever. Weeks later, after Midas has traveled to Fifth Kingdom to deceitfully claim its throne, he sends for Auren. She leaves Highbell Castle for the first time in 10 years, escorted by a company of guards, including Digby, and a kind, friendly young soldier named Sale. The journey is an awakening for Auren. She feels the wind on her face, breathes fresh air, and forms a genuine friendship with Sale. However, she is also confronted with the harsh realities of Midas's kingdom when their caravan passes through the impoverished slums of Highbell City, a sight of squalor that clashes jarringly with the immense wealth of the castle. Her attempt to give gold coins to starving children nearly incites a riot, forcing her to see the desperation Midas ignores. The grim reality of Aurea is further emphasized when they discover the rotted, decaying corpses of folk soldiers strung up near the city's edge, a clear and terrifying message from King Rot. After a week of travel across a frozen wasteland known as the Barrens, a violent storm forces the party to make camp. On the fourth night after the storm breaks, they are ambushed by the notorious Red Raids, a brutal gang of snow pirates who use massive fiery pod beasts called Fireclaws to pull their ships across the ice. The attack is swift and merciless. Auren's carriage is overturned, and she and Sale are captured. They are forced to watch as the pirates loot their caravan and kill or capture their guards. Sale, stripped of his armor and kneeling in the snow, defies the pirate leader, Captain Fane, by trying to protect Auren. For his bravery, Captain Fane coldly murders him, stabbing him through the heart, as Auren watches in horror. On board the pirate ship, Auren is consumed by grief and a burning rage. The pirates cruelly string Sale's lifeless body to the front of the ship as a macabre figurehead. In a stunning act of defiance, Auren uses her long, prehensile golden ribbons, a secret power sprouting from her back that she can control like limbs, to cut Sale's body down and send it falling into the snow below. For this, Captain Fane drags her to his cabin, intending to rape her and another saddle, Rissa. He viciously assaults Rissa while forcing Auren to watch. Pushed past her limit, Auren rushes the captain. As dawn breaks, she touches his skin and discovers the shocking truth of her own ability. The golden touch was never Midas's. It was hers. In a flash, she turns the pirate captain into a solid gold statue. With Rissa's reluctant help, they manage to shove the impossibly heavy statue out the cabin window, where it lands in the snow below, along with the trunk of coins to create a motive for his disappearance. They staged the scene to look like he abandoned his post and fled. Their lie is flimsy, but before the new pirate leader, Quarter, can uncover the truth, another party arrives. Commander Rip, the terrifying and legendarily brutal leader of King Rot's army, accompanied by a dozen of his elite soldiers. Commander Rip reveals he intercepted the pirates' messages about their valuable captives and is there to purchase all of Midas's people. After a tense negotiation, a deal is struck. Auren realizes she has traded one monstrous captor for another. As she is being led off the pirate ship, she falls. The commander looms over her, his helmet now off, revealing his face for the first time. He is not a monster twisted by magic, but something far more shocking and real. A full-blooded fae, with black eyes, iridescent scales, and small spikes on his brow. He looks down at Auren, her own hidden powers still a secret buzzing beneath her skin, and speaks with chilling recognition. "Funny," he says, his voice a low rumble. "I was about to say the same thing to you."